Hey guys, welcome to VN Heaven, where we discuss visual novels.
Visual novels,
So,
heaven.
exactly. So, in this video, we want to talk about Remember11 because that is the one that I first read, and it's the one that you recommended I read
you.
out of all of them.
Yeah, my friend here, he started with Police Notes. Like that's
Well, that's true.
basically
That's true. A long time ago. Yeah.
You did read one visual novel, I guess, if we count that. But otherwise, you gamed a lot and played a lot of games. But yeah, I'm glad I could introduce to you the genre with something special, like Remember 11, kind of. Yeah.
It's really incredible too, and yeah, our favorite game of all time is Xenogears.
Yes.
And we also really like Nier Automata, so kind of philosophical,
Yeah, Xenogears is heavy on Carl Jung and the archetypes.
psychological stuff.
And Remember 11 is really upfront. It shows in the opening. Yeah, it's about the archetypes Jung, but once starting it, most people actually don't.
They don't notice that.
Yeah.
But it's very blatant and upfront about it. That it is about the mind and consciousness. Well, it doesn't say that right away. Oh yeah, it does actually. It talks about the concept of the self.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think some of you will know what the game is, but it's the third game in the Infinity series.
Yeah, there's like the Infinity series, especially the one Ever 17 is very popular in Japan. It's like the mother of all visual novels that has that mind-bending twist that every reader will remember. And yeah, it's a collaboration between Nagasawa and Uchikoshi. And yeah, Nakazawa became one of my favorite writers, and everything he's done, even after that studio closed, basically is my favorite written work. So yeah, if here is Xenogears and here Shin Megami Tensei of the RPGs, like I love Takumi Nagasawa's work, which would be composed by Remember 11. I see it as like a prototype masterpiece. And he did afterwards I.O. and Root Double, which are probably my two favorites right now.
I.O. Here isn't. What is this?
Yeah, my friend bought I didn't have it.
That's
also,
I.O.
The fan book, and it explains a lot of stuff. It seems it's in Japanese, and yeah, it's we will have a lot of to discuss about I.O. too, obviously. But yeah, Nagasawa is really for me an inspiration. So, and there is not much.
Yeah.
Like writers like him or directors like that put ideas in such a way that it feels like really wow, like that's actually something. I feel immersed reading. So usually and that's the thing, not every person have different tastes. So something like I.O., for example, is very heavy on different and complex. Remember 11 though is one that I usually recommend as most people's first visual novel will be Ace Attorney or like 999. That wasn't my case. Afterwards, like I played Ever 17 for the first time and discovered Remember 11, and but Remember 11 was the first, like I guess, pure choice based and visual novel that really made me love the genre, fall in love with it.
Yeah, the choices aren't very significant at all, though. They don't do anything actually at all.
No, I mean just like.
I mean, but you can fail.
Yeah, the visual novels I played were like Ace Attorney is very heavy on adventure elements, and 999 has a big focus on these escape rooms, and in a sense they're not real pure visual novels. Like, but at that time I
never
know what
thought
that was
of Ace Attorney as a visual novel. And I still don't
it's
really.
Kind of
because there's no description of like. Rooms or like there's no parts where it says like I entered the room and then I noted like this happened and this. It's not talking like from a personal perspective.
Yeah, sometimes there is such a scene, but yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah, I guess it's a visual novel.
999 has that exactly, but the thing is, it has this gameplay parts as puzzles.
Yeah.
So that was Ever 17 and Remember 11 were the first I really discovered. That's actually what I like more.
Yeah.
If it's like really, if the game is about reading and finding out, and it's basically in the text, the reader is like the player and everything. So, and it doesn't need to have any puzzles or any game.
Yeah, I don't really want to make any choices, honestly. I just want to sit there and read it, really. But choices are fun, I guess. And Remember 11, really, you're right. It does make use of the choices, at least in the way that you can fail. You can do the wrong thing.
I agree though, like that's why I guess Mineko and Higurashi that doesn't have choices. It's called kinetic novel. These are very popular because yeah, you can't really go game over and anything. It's just like really a sound book, sound novel.
Sound novel is what he calls them.
I like those too. Like no, I guess yeah. My least favorite are basically the ones that you get interrupted by, I don't know, strategic battles or something. That's why I still didn't play Baldur's Sky. Or I guess I don't know, the Sentinels game I couldn't play either recently. That has gameplay too. I just feel that would like distract from the main writing. So if there is any gameplay, I just prefer like choice based. But that's usually very common in a sense.
But yeah, so most people were disappointed by Remember 11, right? At least the people who were fans of Ever 17,
yeah.
Because Ever 17 was so kind of, I guess it was really, really good, but
the thing is, though, a lot of these people, they really like 999 and the second game of the Nonary games. It just, Ever 17 has more of the other writers. Totally different.
Like, it's...
But the only thing is, some people are disappointed with Remember 11 because there's not enough payoff usually. And Ever 17 had exact that payoff. But the thing is, the entire thing is really based because of that payoff. Without that payoff, it's basically it's entirely really different.
Yeah, you said it's a lot of slice of life stuff.
Yeah,
referring to Ever 17.
Exactly.
And then finally you get to kind of a crazy payoff.
Yeah,
but yeah, strange, Remember 11 is like craziness from the beginning till the end.
Yeah,
and it's not. I mean, the Infinity series is really not related enough to matter at all. So
I would agree.
It's like not
the feeling, the feeling of especially the music and the ambience of 17 and 11, they're similar.
Yeah.
But it's like really like two different games, and I guess the background to tell people is important. Ever 17 was like a really like a maybe the best teamwork collaboration between the two writers.
Did they collaborate before?
Yeah, they did since Never 7.
Oh, okay, they did the first three together. Then.
Yes, they did.
Uchi, Koshi.
And Nakazawa, yeah.
Okay.
And Nakazawa was always like a director role, but basically in Ever 7 and especially Ever 17, they split the work up and they have a clear vision what to do. And Remember 11 was the first one. They had like different opinions about how it's going to be. So, and that's really easily seen at the routes. The routes. Kokoro's route, the first one, and Satoru's, which is written by Satoru.
Yeah,
it feels very different.
Yeah, that was and I noticed. I played through the game in Japanese, and I noticed that Kokoro's part was honestly very boring for me, and I almost quit playing it. That's actually when I switched it to Japanese because I was so bored. Reading it when I started.
I was like not shocked, surprised, but then I remembered all my memories about Remember 11 were basically from the second half of Satoru's.
So
that makes sense now to me.
So Satoru was written by Nakazawa.
And there's more his ideas.
We should probably make sure that that's true, but it probably is if you consider Nakazawa's themes. But
it makes too much sense. But yeah, it's that's why we actually wanna meet Nakazawa and invite him to a drink. We have lots of questions also about
we're here in Tokyo, so
about the games.
Hopefully, we can meet him and ask him some questions. But I mean, Kokoro's section was fine, but yeah, it was not nearly as
engaging as the second.
Because you're given a lot of information, or rather, you're given a lot of like mysteries and things you don't know, and you have no tools to really understand or make any guesses about the story.
That's,
like Uni.
That Uni, like the character Uni, he seems. Like
we won't go into any spoilers here, by the way.
There's a character that seems like he's just there, and every reader should know something is fishy here. But and he's even called Trickster in the opening, but you can't find actually out until a certain part.
Yeah, you really can't make any good guesses as to what's going on until the very kind of final part of the game, and then everything is kind of dumped on you. And
that's kind of, I guess,
But the mystery is very cool, I would say. It's the whole situation is absolutely insane. It's not just about consciousness swapping bodies. It's about much more than that.
a lot of people
A lot
that,
more than that, yeah.
that maybe watched Kimi no Na wa, the anime. It's kind of the same concept, but that's only like the basic like story element of Remember 11, and even that is more well done than that popular anime, the body switching between a girl and boy. So, but that's just really the most basic like prologue.
Yeah,
thing
that has
set
nothing
up.
to do with it.
But in an overall sense, it's more deep. Like the meaning, that's what I love about Remember 11 more. Ever 17 has that ingenious, you didn't read it yet, so I'm looking for when you read that, but that ingenious like revelation at the end, and it has a nice payoff closure. But I always feel that's it actually about that game. That's the purpose of that visual novel. And that, when I remember that, I remember just that, and there's not much else.
Okay, yeah, Remember 11 has
it's so funny.
a lot going for it.
There's a lot to remember, yeah.
The setting, I say the setting and the music alone make it a 10 out of 10 for me. But the story is so unique, and just the setting,
it's
and
ambitious.
the mystery is so wild.
Yeah,
that I think it's just.
I
amazing.
love it. Yeah, I wasn't even that mad. Like I love most stories that have good foreshadowing. I really care about that. But I wasn't even mad at that game. It was like one of my first that I really was amazed by the ambition.
Oh, yeah.
And even now, I read it maybe 7 years ago, and that was with the English fan translation. That I think a lot of things were lost in translation, so I plan to read it again in Japanese too, slowly. And same with my other favorite visual novel, so maybe that would change a bit the impression, because there were some things like DMT or Alaska, you told me, some elements that could change a lot of theories and stuff.
I don't know, if that would change in Japanese, but
or I guess at that time I just...
Yeah, but you probably just didn't know what DMT was.
Yeah, but I'm just amazed that game of 2004, a visual novel of 2004, like, has elements
Talking
of
about
it, so.
DMT, ayahuasca, actually specifically pharmahuasca, and how to kind of make it using different things.
Yeah.
It's really interesting that he put that in the game.
And it's really
we'll make a separate video on DMT in Remember 11.
And like
that was bizarre.
Some like theories that could connect with that kind of like some interesting theories that once you mentioned that to me, I never saw on the internet or like fan bases. Nobody talked about that, and there's a lot of Wikipedias explain Remember 11, because it has kind of a not open ending, I guess. There was a third route planned, but it got scrapped.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't think it's an open ending really, but I guess
it's not. But there's like
it's kind of like
closure. The closure is missing, because there was supposed to be a third perspective, which would have been actually nice. So yeah, we will talk about that. I do like the ending.
I do though. Yeah.
Same.
But yeah, as far as so it's the only real visual novel I've finished besides Police Knots. I'm playing IO and Umineko and a bunch of visual novels right now.
It's cool that you switch between them.
All at once. But Remember 11 still stands out to me. Besides IO, I think IO might end up being my favorite.
Yeah.
Which is also by
Nakazawa,
the same guy. So
it just
and maybe Root Double I might end up liking, because that's one of your favorites as well.
Yeah, Root Double is
which is his most recent game. Yeah.
Yeah, it is basically, and he's now working on an anime. It seems Nakazawa, which could be interesting, because
that's awesome. But yeah,
I would wish he would try again something like more ambitious.
It's just not popular enough, I guess. Who knows? I hope he makes more.
The thing is, the thing is, his works are not polarizing in a sense, but it's very specific.
Well, kind of, because people seem to like, they either give Remember 11 a 10. And IO a 10, or maybe not so good.
IO is one of the most polarizing, I think, in terms of Remember 11, it's a bit like
insane. Yeah.
Root Double is the first that's kind of like
everybody likes
like a mainstream readers appreciate, but some do only in a like surface level. So usually But how can I say that game kind of, if Remember 11 was like a prototype of everything that like with elements of consciousness self. IO went even further with that, and implemented like dreams and what is real, what is not. Are you here? Are you not? It's kind of very, it feels like Inception into Matrix.
That's cool.
Kind of.
That's really cool.
It's super, super complex, but I love it. It's like a trip in cyberspace.
That's so awesome.
And Root Double kind of combined the trapped setting of Ever 17 Remember 11 in a nuclear reactor, and created characters that are so good.
That's
It's
rad,
it's hard
yeah.
to explain, but maybe
Yeah.
where Remember 11 for me always was lacking. How do you say lacking?
In the characters.
Yeah, it was characters kind of.
Yeah,
Even if I like
know.
Satoru, I like him.
I mean, yeah, I like
he's one,
Yomogi. You know, Rin was annoying in every scene.
Yeah, she was very annoying.
Honestly, the coolest character in the entire thing is Keiko.
Keiko
Is Inubushi
yeah.
Keiko.
Yeah, I agree. No,
Or
it
Hotori.
It doesn't have bad characters. It's just when I remember 11.
Or
it's
the
not
main
the
character, the main character that, yeah.
True, yeah.
Yeah, so...
And yeah, when I remember 11, guys, there's like a coffee scene. And yeah, that's one, I don't know, one of my favorites. It's just so crazy when I reach that part.
Scene, yeah.
And there is a soundtrack called Nucleus.
Nucleus? Yeah.
That's such an amazing track. And we want to go into details because music is important for us. So the composer of Remember 11 and Ever 17 was Takeshi Abo. And recently, since that time, the 2000s, until now, he composes soundtracks. It's crazy. Like Steins Gate, he did recently, or Chaos Child.
Did you do Robotics Notes or no?
Yeah, also.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of games.
He's awesome. Like he's one of the legendary ones.
And he did Ever 17.
He did too.
What about Ever 7 or whatever?
Never 7.
Never 7.
Yeah, he did everything.
And he did 12 Riven. Yeah,
since the beginning, he
did the entire Infinity series and Steins Gate
and the Semicolon series, Science Adventure series.
Chaos Child.
Yeah, too. And
yeah, he's wild.
It's so good, and I think the sweet spot for me when he really like ingenious level. Remember 11 and especially 12 Riven, the sound there
it's really cool.
I love it. So we want to introduce different composer and we will start with him, I feel. And with different samples.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
IO's composer, for example,
IO's
is just
composer,
incredible, and that's a different guy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Another story. But as far as Remember 11 goes,
I
would say
the atmosphere plus the coziness of it are combined by the soundtrack.
It's nice. It's really nice, and the whole mystery.
The mystery and the like.
This locked in, or not locked, but stuck in this wood cabin. And also a facility.
And the
psychiatric ward.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Like the combination is just there's nothing like it, honestly. Like while Root Number reminds me of the Ever 17 trapped setting the most. Aya is also pretty unique. I guess that kind of cyberpunk setting is a bit unique.
Yeah, like, Remember 11 just reminds me of some like really good thriller movie. It has a thriller element to it as far as how insane things get by the end. But,
I agree, you told me like it's very similar to some Lynch movies.
It reminds me of a Lynch movie in the way that you're really not expected to know what's going on. You're meant to just like.
That's how I would describe the game. Definitely, it's really a trip into madness, kind of, and. It's funny because at the beginning it starts in a plane. You're playing the prologue, and it's just like
it's perfect actually. Once you finish it and really think about the prologue and everything, it's perfect.
It's awesome. It's very awesome, and it's nice to see. After reading all of his works, like from from Never 7, it's Never 7. We need to say it's more like a dating sim. The girls have route.
Yeah, that'll be the last game I ever.
I only really read that because of historical terms. I wanted to see how they started, kind of. But it's not really. Music, it's not a recommendation.
Dating sim.
Like starting from Ever 7. Ever 17 is definitely fine. Never 7 is just someone is curious. Definitely, there's some funny things about it. But definitely from Remember 11 onwards, I feel this philosophical themes, this deepness, and this kind of I felt at home, honestly. Like when I in a cold winter night, like when I read through Remember 11, I was so immersed that
it's so good.
Yeah.
And this guy Nakazawa. So his real works, I guess. I mean, you're saying he also wrote Ever 17. Right,
he was like the director there, it's kind of he has definitely like put a lot of ideas.
But as far as his like standout stuff would go in order, it'd be Remember 11, and then IO.
I guess definitely
and then,
where he had really his true vision without any restriction, it would be
was
IO
IO,
and root
yeah.
double.
And root double, yeah.
And Remember11, just I guess because conflicting views, he doesn't really mention the game often. He usually mentions
Yeah.
Ever 17 more on Twitter, but I
Really?
guess because it's more popular,
I guess it's just so famous.
and the critical acclaim is just off the charts of that game.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
And when he mentions like Ever 17 root double, people usually know what it's talking about. And Remember11 IO is more niche within even the VN fan base.
Remember11 is pure insanity. It's absolutely insane.
I love it, yeah.
And it does something that almost no games do. You know, so it's not, you can't even compare it to any other game or visual novel, I think.
I think not, and the closest will be IO in my opinion, just because it takes some specific like mechanics, even in a crazy batshit crazy
That's
way.
great, yeah.
And for some people, it gets too crazy, but I loved it about it because there's too few visual novels that really go crazy.
Yeah.
Not in a sense like a lot of visual novels go crazy on sexual content or crazy on gore, like Higurashi or other that are even more gory.
This is like,
It's just not that what I mean. I mean, I want that game philosophical
stuff.
and
so it
really
depends on what you like,
mind-bending.
because some people might not like that kind of stuff. I don't know. Like some people who don't like Xenogears, Nier Automata, people who like more like straightforward, clean, kind of like easy to really put together in your head.
Yeah,
then they're gonna like 999. Uchikoshi's games.
Yeah, in that case, I wouldn't even recommend Ever 17. Like if that's the case,
okay.
Yeah, 999 is a perfect recommendation, more or less, because it's very easy to read,
even,
easy to
Steins
digest.
Gate is pretty straightforward. Besides the time stuff.
I guess Steins Gate could have the appeal to easy, but it has also some kind of.
But yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It takes a certain specific kind of person.
It does
to like Remember11. But for me and for you, I think if I think of my favorite games, like Xenogears, Nier Automata, and I could put Remember11 somewhere up there because it's just so. It's the only game that deals with the like consciousness, the self,
exactly,
and all this stuff that in just a really cool way. So I think it's a near 10 out of 10 to me, simply because of that.
I will link like my visual novel database. Like I took a break for 1 year. The most recent VN that I finished was Robotics Notes, which surprised me. Like I almost consider it better than Steins Gate for various reasons, but I put them on the same level, and I was surprised because the Japanese impressions or like Japanese readers' impression where the Robotics Note wasn't that. A lot of people actually preferred Chaos Child a lot, but I had a lot of issues with that too. So it was surprising, and that got me a bit back to read again, even if I feel I didn't actually miss a lot. So I read a lot of the most popular ones, and
link your you have like a list on VNDB.
Yeah, my code name is basically Dangerous, I guess. Like I don't know if we're still thinking about names for our channel, but as for now I'm Dangerous, and we'll link
it. And
the top 10 for me, same. Like if in my top 10 is Xeno heavy, Shin Megami heavy, and then the trifecta is definitely Remember11, Root Double, IO. These three, they will be in the top 10.
Oh man, they're so cool. Yeah, I mean,
it's just it's nice to have, because I know such it's not a trilogy, but such games are rare. They never will exist. Maybe that they're part of history for me, even if it's kind of a niche. But that's why I hope Nagasawa is ready to create something crazy again, or even something as grounded as Root Double. Like I would enjoy a sequel of Root Double, honestly. Like
cool.
Yeah, when you read that, I think
I can't wait.
Like IO and Root Double, I think you will have the same issue, because they both are excellent in what they do, that it's hard to choose our own favorite. And I felt
they're
I
really
don't actually
different.
do
They're completely different. IO is so different than Remember11 and
they're also different,
which is
cool. But when I read all those three, I always felt at home. So they're same and not the same. That's the funny thing. So
there's a lot of care that I assume he puts into it. The writing really holds you there, and
what is satisfying, IO and especially Root Double, actually, if you pay attention and really even write down details or something that caught your attention, because that was odd.
Reading
what that
the
character
tips or
or tips sometimes, but the tips I feel Remember11 like hid some stuff too much in the tips, while the others is more additional info that helps.
Yeah.
But actually reading what the characters thinks or writes or sometimes will help you a lot solve the mystery. And
that's cool.
Especially Root Double. So that was really satisfying moment, because I basically discovered a big part of the mystery of Root Double before they actually explained it. Not too far in the far. Like just the timing was right, and like half an hour later it happened.
I guess that's about perfect, right?
It just
as opposed to not having any way to do it.
I prefer proper.
Because Remember11, it's I mean it's just absolutely
for
crazy.
me. That's the
There's
so
one
crazy.
there's one thing at the end of Remember11 that is impossible, I would say, to see coming, or unreasonable. That's contained in a final tip. And we'll make another video on that, because that is just so weird.
Yeah, I still can't basically really believe that was the way the writers intended to put that in.
I know,
but I don't know it because they needed to end it the way they ended, and they added
that's
the
possible.
tip.
They had to end it
That's
early, and that's why they did it.
I can't really.
I wish they'd remake it. Same with Xenogears, and like flesh out the end.
Honestly,
it's always these like unfinished works of art that are always like so good.
That's the thing. And it's a shame, because the Infinity, like Ever 17, Remember11, also IO, they're one of the only big visual novels not on Steam yet. It's just a matter of rights and stuff. But we like our project is right now like he's starting to translate 12 Riven, because that's the missing piece that misses in English.
The final game in the Infinity series.
And that's written by Uchikoshi. And, because Nagasawa left the studio when that happened, and he basically created IO during that time, and Nagasawa did the last.
Yeah, I'm super curious to get further in 12 Riven, and
we'll also like help. And start it.
Yeah, it depends on if somebody's willing to do the programming and figure that out. But
that's the
the translation's happening now. I'm doing it slowly.
Yeah, we really want to create that in a well done translation. So not literally, just that the feel stays the same, but really like in proper English kind of. Because recently, I stopped playing Raging Loop. Because not only the visual novel story kind of had a part which put me off, I guess. But I want to continue to give it a second chance. It kind
I'm
of
almost
shocked
ready
me.
to stop that game as well.
And you started it in Japanese, I in English, and for me the other problem was the English at sometimes felt a bit a bit strange.
Something's off about it. Yeah.
Even as non-native speaker, I noticed something is off about that English.
It's very literal, but also just weird. But I mean, so was Remember11, but I can kind of give
it was a
that
fan
guy
translation.
I can give him the benefit of the doubt because he was so young when he did the translation. But as far as Raging Loop goes, you'd think, I don't know what happened there. But who knows?
And I don't know exactly who. I will try to continue, but as for now.
But like, for example, like AI Somnium Files, that translation's extremely professional. It's very well done.
And I
except
think,
the fact that it
I don't
censors
know
a lot of the sexual stuff out to an extreme degree. That's shocking.
Yeah, Somnium. I don't actually know who exactly translated it, but same I can say. Root Double and probably like you said, Somnium. These more recent work of both writers.
Yeah, I don't know why
they're
Raging
well
Loop
translated.
Is kind of odd.
I guess because they're both bigger projects. Raging Loop seemed
that's probably why.
A bit small.
Maybe it was like a different person in the company. And it's Lemniscate.
What? Was
the
company. That's the company's name.
So maybe it was somebody new, or who knows who did Raging Loop,
but
or who knows.
Maybe
a stylistic choice, but
no, I will see. But as for now, my focus is also 12 Riven, I guess, and I want to reread IO in Japanese, because I just want something that helps me with Japanese and something I can enjoy. And Raging Loop I played in English for enjoyment, but it's kind of I'm now, after reading lots of visual novels, I guess the patience is less. When I started, I could with also sexual jokes or like boring slice of life elements, I could keep up with it.
Forgive it.
Forgive it. Now it's so
I mean, that's the reason why I stopped playing video games. because I just don't have.
Same, yeah,
I can't
same.
justify the time spent on them anymore.
Same.
But visual novels are different because I can read them in Japanese.
And yeah, that's
and
what
my
yeah.
job is translator, so it's good for me
Yeah.
and I enjoy it.
And the good thing is, yeah, I can reread my favorites in Japanese now, basically in a slow pace, and that's good
Yeah.
because, yeah, basically, I would say there are 10 visual novels that I really think are awesome, and I would love to replay them again.
Nice,
Unless
yeah.
there are some that are like too depressing, like overall from the story, like
I see.
Fata Morgana and Umineko stand out here.
Fata Morgana is a little bit. If you already know what happens, it might be kind of
No, it's very it's
painful
kind of
to watch. Same
it
with
has-
Umineko, maybe.
It
I
has
don't know.
wonderful written sentence that would be nice to
Yeah, the
learn
Japanese in Fata Morgana is really cool.
It just that's another
But it's
one.
too hard for, I think, most people.
Yeah,
It's,
that's another one. Root Double and Fata Morgana stand really out, especially Fata Morgana. The English translation is super good.
Cool.
It's something-
I didn't even see the English on Fata Morgana.
It's really like poem. Like it's really like it.
Huh.
I think it reflects the Japanese writing quality as it should. Like it's impressive. Like what they
Interesting.
did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cool.
these are the exceptions, I guess. Even if it would be nice for my Japanese, I just prefer, like, I guess, yeah, if it feels like a trip, adventure, I like to reread actually some stuff, I guess, especially
Yeah.
if it helps my Japanese. So
We'll start with Ace Attorney because that was
I guess,
super
yeah,
easy.
that's easy, yeah.
In Japanese,
True.
there's no like really poetic or
Yeah.
symbolic stuff in there, or who knows.
I
but
guess, yeah, even if
so
I
far.
if I reread, I will do it very slowly. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
still enjoyable like that to me. And yeah, 12 Ribbon will also not be that easy for me, but the more I can help
12
with that, the
Ribbon
better.
so far seems extremely straightforward, but I don't know yet.
I
It
guess what
depends.
I saw so far, yeah,
It's
seemed
straightforward.
actually, yeah. Remember 11 I are on a different other level, like and Fata Morgana in
Yeah.
terms of like writing style also would
I
be
wouldn't
so
say.
hard to.
I think Nakazawa doesn't really write anything too poetic. But he writes really cool metaphors.
I don't know. Yeah, it's nothing.
But it's nothing
poetic.
like it's not like Morgana.
No. But what's
like
difficult there
literary.
is
It's not like
mostly like
literary.
the meaning of or the
Yeah.
specific scientific work that makes it hard.
Oh yeah,
like,
it
as I
does.
was
The
saying.
tips, yeah,
Yeah.
in IO, the tips are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's all just scientific stuff.
Yeah,
So
but I guess that's why I love these games. Like when I was younger, I learned a lot of nice real world science also through his visual novels, and it's nice. The last work Root Double actually separates them. Maybe it removes the mystery. I don't know, but it says fiction tips and the ones that actually reality based. It's marked
that's
reality.
interesting. Yeah, is that a good thing or a bad
I
thing?
like
Probably good.
for
I
the
guess, yeah.
game. It worked because like when it explains some what firefighters do, some firefighters words like I never heard of these words.
So
like,
it's
it
good to know,
explained-
like, did he make it up or not? Yeah,
yeah,
that makes
in
sense.
that sense. But for Aya, I'm glad it's
It's
a
mixed.
bit it's mixed.
Yeah, okay.
It's nice because
I mean, that's kind of cool, but yeah, I guess it could.
but
yeah,
most of the
no.
stuff, yeah, it's very hard science fiction in Aya. So most of the stuff is reality based, and it's
God,
crazy.
yeah, IO is so insane,
Yeah.
and that's already like classic. It's a classic to me already.
I
But, but but as far as Remember11, yeah, I just like I said, I think it does require a certain personality, to really like it, as well as probably Nakazawa's all of his works, except for Root Double, I guess, is kind of everybody
actually,
could like it.
yeah. No, actually, I really feel like the easiest to get into of these three works is actually Remember11, and I guess maybe not on, I don't know, like
Yeah, it
the
is,
overall
yeah.
impressions, but on forums, everybody likes the tension thriller elements of it, and especially
Okay.
people that thought Ever 17 is too slow, they should read Remember11. It just, or I guess 999 if Remember11 is
Yeah,
too
99
crazy.
Fast,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why usually,
Yeah,
A
I
lot
can't
of
imagine
people-
liking anything much better than this stuff. But who knows?
like,
We'll see. Morgana
yeah.
was cool. I didn't finish it. I will finish it. But also like Love, I have to get through that.
I
and-
think what I'm sure you
and-
will
and
you will
Umineko.
love
I
you
still
will
have
love
to- I have to read
Umineko,
Umineko.
Ayo, Root Double.
But
You
I
will
but I'm the kind of guy I like. I need philosophy. I need like really crazy stuff. So I don't know if I will like anything more than Remember11 and IO. But yeah, we'll see.
Really, like if you like I guess like empathy and people's thoughts and telepathy and some other
Oh,
concept,
cool.
then
Yeah,
Maxwell's Demon.
Maxwell's Demon.
Just saying. Now, Root Double has like, it seems on
Okay,
surface
yeah, I'm
simple,
excited
but
for that. That's
it's
cool.
like really good. And the thing is, it will have like foreshadowing and
And you really like
characters
the
you
characters.
love. Yeah,
That's important
it
to me
just
because you said that like 999 and the Nonary games sounded like I would like it because I like the idea of like the movie Saw and like this like limited space kind of thing where
yeah.
there's like
You
a
should definitely read
trap.
that because if you like Battle
I
Royale,
love Battle Royale. I
yeah,
read that like oh, wow, over 15 years ago. I
yeah,
read the
yeah.
book that long ago,
Nice.
and I love even the movie.
I still think
Yeah.
Uchikoshi's. I don't know about Somnium Files yet, but I still think his best is still like his best solo work is still 999.
The
Just
first one?
because, yeah, just because
Unless
the pacing.
AI is better, which
Yeah,
might be the case.
I wanna read
I
that.
think the
I
only
guess.
thing is AI is filled with sexual jokes that I just
999 started with that, but not on this level.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it's very. It just started extremely getting more and more, I guess. But
yeah,
no,
I don't
think you
really
will like
mind
it.
some sexual jokes, but it really depends. Like, yeah, we'll see where AI goes, and we'll make a video
Yeah.
on it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll play that because
But,
I think I want to play. I even played Zero Time Dilemma, which for a lot of people was a big disappointment. Even if I personally didn't care that much about. I liked 999, but I didn't care much for the sequel. Like many
Is
people.
Zero Time Dilemma really that bad?
I think
It
it's
really is.
really
Yeah,
bad,
that's
yeah.
too bad.
But
Yeah, people
I
seem-
can't
yeah.
even say good words for it. Like
Yeah,
you see that the budget is not enough, so the animations are terrible. The choice of
it
artistic
looks
choice
very odd. Yeah.
is odd. The story, like what was set up before, a lot of elements got eliminated. Just
Yeah,
it
that's
kind
too
of
bad,
creates, yeah. It's yeah.
It's like avoided because
Yeah.
it destroys the original work a
Yeah,
little
the
bit.
only
right?
thing what's a bit weird, I guess, playing the second game that is kind of cliffhangery. It just you
that's
have I
too
guess
bad.
to
Yeah,
see
you have
it
to
as
You have to kind of just forget the third one even
Kind of,
existed.
yeah.
But that's
This-
the same as the Ace Attorney games now, right? I mean, that's the same
Ah.
with like every work of art. I mean, look at Star
Good-
Wars.
no
look at,
good.
like,
The only thing is with Ace
you know,
Attorney, it has a closure. The trilogy is a nice closure, so
okay,
there's actually
so
no
you
open
can,
end.
Yeah, oh,
yeah.
that's what you mean. Yeah.
It just they wanted to continue and kind of people didn't like the new character Apollo in the fourth Ace Attorney. Kind of the fan base was split on that, so they returned Phoenix Wright, the main character, and it feels
Oh,
for me
weird,
shallow.
okay.
5 and 6 have Phoenix Wright as lead again, and other characters. It just feels like too much milking the series. Like I'm
yeah,
really not a
that's what
fan
happens.
of that. So.
Yeah, that's what happens. So we can kind of just let it go, I guess. But
I guess the second
yeah.
one has some elements worth experiencing
Cool.
because it
Yeah,
feels
it's
like
like-
Infinity, like
they talk about the morphogenetic fields.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is very something I've read a lot about, so that's gonna be
Nice.
funny.
Yeah. I think
yeah.
you will like them for sure. Like I don't think it will be your favorite, but that's not an issue. You will have the fun of reading that, and that's very important.
Yeah.
I think. And the music, it's a different guy, but he tries to emulate Takeshi Abo's style. A lot
Oh,
of
wow,
people
that's
actually
cool.
thought it's him.
Wow.
It just maybe not as good, but some tracks are so good. Like
Cool.
Morphogenetic Sorrow track. A lot of people will know that
Oh,
track.
that's
It's
cool.
so good.
Is it morphogenic or morphogenetic? I think it's morphogenetic.
Morphogenetic,
There's two. I mean,
think.
there's one that's like a crazy theory by Rupert Sheldrake, and there's one that's an actual, or one that's more
Oh.
like proved theory that's.
Which
something
one do
else,
you
but
mean then?
I don't
guess
remember.
I think it's
They're talking about the
morphogenetic.
Rupert Sheldrake one.
I see.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
I can't wait to play both
No,
of
it
those
just
games.
I guess a lot of people, I guess in that regard is worth mentioning. 999 and Root Double on surface level seem very similar, and there was
Yeah.
like a theory that a guy once said that Root Double was Nagasawa's answer to 999 because 999
Mhm.
came further before away, and they at surface level they seem very similar.
Yeah,
but
a lot
they're
of people
very
said that.
very different. So people that expect maybe one game being like that can be disappointed. So
But I guess if you liked 999, you might like Root Double.
I don't know. Root Double is just goes so deep into the characters' minds, and it has like a
Less traps and more just about the people. Or
yeah, and
Yeah.
it has a lot. It gives you a lot more tools to solve their mystery. It's more like a slow burn thriller kind
sounds
of.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
it uses perspective finally in a way. Good eye on those two that I like. Like it's not the same route that you try like start again and again or from a different perspective. Like Remember11 from the girls and
Yeah.
boys. It just like it interconnects like the incident route and the one before the incidents.
That
And
sounds
then
cool, yeah.
they intersect kind of, so that's why it's called Root
Nice.
Double in a sense.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's very good, and I guess a lot of people that expect 999 may be disappointed, because if they like the actiony, like constant tension pacing, like without any fluff and without any like flashbacks or character motivations, like they want a straightforward like
then
tension like battle royale thing, then I guess the closest would be Danganronpa. But the only thing is, it's less serious in tone. It's
and
very
that
comedic.
new like Chaos. Wait, no, what was that? There's a new game on Steam that's also Traps. I don't know what it is. It's like the 3 cute girls or 4 cute girls.
Was it Chaos Child?
No, it's not. I forget. It's not. I guess it's not Chaos. I kind of forget.
I think I know what it. I have
but
to
yeah,
But yeah, that's why like we'll have different type of recommendations the more I guess we discuss, because I played Remember11 7 years ago. It's good that, but it refreshed my memory.
We're going through a lot now.
Yeah.
You're gonna go. You should probably play. There's a few you haven't played, I guess, that you could play, but
Definitely,
like Rewrite.
Rewrite, because Tanaka Romeo wrote.
Yeah.
No, for example, first one I want to read is Cross Channel. That's an old
Cross
visual
Channel.
novel. I still didn't read it. And
we'll get through all of them. I mean, not all visual novels, but all of the ones that people would really know.
That's why it's called all the heavenly works we need to present.
Yeah, we have to do it.
And if I get a visual novel's best part is the music, then honestly I read a lot of stuff sometimes only because of the music. So I will present a lot of music composers here, because it's nice. It's a big deal.
The music is so awesome, and that's like the main reason 12 Riven is worth translating in a way. I mean, I might end up liking it, the story. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe same for me, but along the reason for the music, it's just I want people to experience the music and the last piece of the universe there. So it's a challenge, but hopefully we find someone that helps with the programming, because and the translation will be a slow burn, but it needs to be the best quality that that
needs to be out there. So
it needs to.
So but anyway, guys, I guess this was just us kind of rambling and talking about Remember11. I know we didn't really go into any details on the story because we don't want to spoil it, but
I guess
I'm willing to make a spoiler. I mean, we could make a spoiler video where we just kind of analyze different parts of the game.
Yeah, and the opinions, and I guess the DMT scenarios, what it could mean, plus a separate one
but just
about the music.
Yeah.
I guess,
But in general, I think, I just agree that it's a 10 or 9.5. It may be the best. And guys, play it. It's just awesome, and it's part of like as part of the VN history. I feel like it stands out.
It definitely does. Like when I finished that, it instantly became my favorite.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Now, I maybe prefer...
I miss it. I already miss it. Yeah.
I guess I can't understand it well. I give it in the end I revised a bit my visual novel database, but in the end, it's none less than 9.5 for me, and basically I can see it as 10. So
that's
it
awesome.
Always it's really recommended.
I could play it again, honestly.
It's fun, and in the end, it's especially knowing I guess the ways without the bad endings. It's actually not that long compared to a lot.
I wasted a lot
stuff,
of time just dying. Or doing.
That's funny. I never got these bad endings you got. He got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting though. But anyway, I guess that's about it. Read it. It's great. And subscribe, because we're gonna keep on talking about VN. So
we need to conquer the VN heaven with heavenly
crack
work.
the heavens.
Crack the heavens. Shake the heavens.
Shake the heavens. Stand tall and shake the heavens. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you, guys.